money's on there, the milk money. Oh, I think this is just about had it.
Oh, like me, I'm absolutely whacked. You must be tired now.
I am.
Oh. I gave him the £3.50, OK.
Well, it's no fun getting on and off buses with Glenda the size she is.
No, I ain't carrying half the bull ring, I agree.
Oh, but Kevin, I got a lovely pram set and some stuff for the cot.
Yeah, well, you know, we thought with the two of us, we might as well make it worthwhile and get a few bits for Christmas. Have you anything to eat?
Just beans on toast. No, I've been busy. Shifted the bed out of the spare room and across the landing, and I've put it against the wall in your room. Is that OK?
Yeah. Oh, smashing. Put the cot up, then.
Oh, not tonight, Glenn. I'm whacked.
Oh, I've got to go back to work, you know. Oh, have there been any messages?
Were you expecting one?
Well, I didn't know whether they wanted me back at the motel. I said to ring if they didn't.
Oh, no, nobody phoned.
Oh, in that case, I'd better go and change.
Well, I better get rid of this lot, I suppose. I think I'll inspect the nursery, and if I can muster the energy, I'll reassemble the cot and try this lot for size.
Not tonight. There's no hurry. I'm going to have a bath, make myself smell a bit sweeter, and then have a quiet night in.
All right. Those are the best, I suppose. You could run Mum up to the motel, though, before you do that.
Yeah, sure. I had a visitor.
Oh, who?
Miss Luke wanted to see Mum.
What about?
Wanted to go somewhere with her next Wednesday.
Oh, well, it's an improvement on Edna Atwood, I suppose.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Doris had this crazy idea about taking Mum to a séance.
A séance? Are you joking? What did you say?
I was a bit blunt, I'm afraid.
Now, I hope you weren't rude. She's been very good to Mum.
Yeah, I know. I just told her in the circumstances. I thought you'd be digging up too much of the past, trying to interest Mum in all that.
Just a bit morbid, I suppose.
It wouldn't do her any good at the moment. Miss Luke didn't like it, I'm afraid. I think she was looking to Mum for some sort of approval.
She must know that Mum's far too sensible for all that sort of thing.
Is she, Glenn?
Don't tell Sharon, please.
Look at your wrist. I mean, he could have broken it.
I'm begging you, Di.
If he can do this to you, what could he do to Nina?
Now, you don't know that.
I don't want to know. It's enough there's a chance.
There's no chance. I'd kill him. I would. He knows that. I thought you were my friend.
Of course I'm your friend. I'm Nina's friend as well.
I thought you wanted me to keep her. She's my daughter. I can take care of her.
Yeah, but can you take care of this Trevor bloke? I mean, can you take care of his temper?
Look, you've lost a son. You know what it's like. Don't let me lose Nina.
What are you talking about, loser?
To Sharon.
You're her mother.
There's no telling what she'd do, though.
What can she do?
The way she takes over, the way she took Nina over.
But she was trying to help you.
The way she took over this house for handicapped adults.
She was doing that for Nina.
There's no need now.
OK, so you're her mother. Sharon can't make you give her up.
But if you tell her about the bruise, she'll use it as an excuse. And if she gets this house to run, she'll be in with the social services. She'll have them watch me all the time, see if I do anything wrong.
Look, Denise, why don't you just let Sharon have Nina just for a little while? Right? Just until you sort things out, till you make sure.
I am sure.
But only a couple of months ago, you were telling me that you needed a break so badly you were willing to put Nina in hospital.
Are you going to tell her? Are you?
I don't know.
Well, then I'd better stay here and tell her myself
Well, there's
what
not
I've
much
decided.
point, is there? She's out tonight with this reporter. He's doing a story for the local newspaper on this appeal thing.
Good luck to him. She'll probably wind him round her little finger.
Look, don't tell Sharon for a couple of days, OK? That you want to keep Nina, because it wouldn't be fair. Particularly with everything depending on this meeting. And it'll give you a chance to have a think.
Well, don't tell her about the bruise, then.
All right, I won't. As long as you promise to go to that meeting.
Well, where are you hanging those, then?
Well, anywhere I can.
No, you know that's illegal, don't you?
You don't do them when anyone's looking, do you?
It's a free country, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're private property. Shop windows, private, even the ones that are empty, right?
I'm sick and fed up here of hearing about private property. You ain't gonna tell anybody, are you?
This is your Uncle Sid, remember? I'm not going to tell anyone, right?
Yeah, but I'd still be careful, Benny, because not all the residents around there are as peaceful as your uncle Sid.
Look, it's not going to be anything like that. There's been no trouble up to now, and there won't be.
Yeah, but these things could get out of hand, mate.
Well, what do you mean, anyway?
Look, I'll tell you the truth. I'll think twice about putting one of those in the window if I lived on this estate. There'll be a few windows broken before this is all over.
If you're going to take any of those home, keep them to yourself. Don't get showing Mavis, please, for all our sakes.
Right.
Try and get home a bit early, and I'll try and keep her napping so you can get them in without her seeing. And look, Benny, don't get giving her any cheek, unless you want to move on, that is. You don't want to, do you?
Sometimes I reckon it'd be best if I did move on.
I didn't know whether you were going to be in. That's why I came over to see you this afternoon.
Oh, did you? We went into Brum, but Kevin was there.
Oh, I saw Kevin.
He never said.
No. I wanted to tell you about that Mrs. Flood, but well, he said you wouldn't be interested.
Mrs. Flood, what, that fun little woman who lives in the village?
She's not funny.
Well, she calls to people in the street, doesn't she? I mean, strangers and that.
Well, she's just friendly.
Well, she's very eccentric. She's a fortune teller, isn't she?
No, she isn't. She's a medium. She'd be insulted if she knew people were calling her fortune teller, I know.
Same difference, I thought.
No. Mrs. Flood holds private seances and sessions. She contacts our dear ones on the other side.
Oh, is that a fact? Oh, the whole thing makes me go cold just to think of it.
Well, do think about it, Kath. It's not cold. Edie Tatum says mediums want us to be happy. They preach that there is no death, only life everlasting on another plane. And, well, I was wondering if you'd come along with me to see her.
Oh, it's a bit like playing with fire, if you don't mind me saying so.
Oh, she doesn't tell you anything bad.
The thought of it frightens me.
Well, there's nothing to be frightened of. A couple of hymns and a prayer, and then they prove contact and give messages.
Oh, I don't know. I think those sort of things are best left alone, Doris. Not that I'm not intrigued, same as you are. I mean,
Yes. Kevin said you wouldn't be interested. Quite adamant. Rude, even.
was he now? Oh, I'm not saying I'm not interested, Doris. I'm sure it's very interesting. No, I just mean that I think I haven't got the nerve to do it, that's all.
Well, I know I haven't. That's why I'm asking you. Oh, I'm not just intrigued, Kath. I must go. I have a reason. Promise me you'll think about it. I wouldn't ask you if it wasn't so important to me, honestly.
I'm expecting a visitor.
Oh, not gonna have a late night, are we? I'm tired already.
Nothing like that. Dobson.
Dobson, what does he want?
Dunno. Phoned to say he was dropping by.
Oh, I didn't hear the phone.
About 10 minutes ago, you were upstairs. I can guess, though,
Guess.
what he wants to talk about. It's this house for the mentally handicapped.
How do you know that?
Well, when I told him about the 2 flats falling through and the reasons why, love thy neighbour so long as he's compos mentis, went straight on the phone, started pulling strings, arranged to meet a couple of his influential buddies at the motel.
What for?
What do you think, Glenn? He's going to wreck it, isn't he, the whole scheme?
He can't do that.
Not on his own, maybe, but, well, he's well in with some people with real strength. No, I wouldn't bet on it.
Wait till I see
Hey,
him.
no.
Oh, Kevin.
No, Glenda.
I'm sorry, but he should be told.
Told what?
What's involved? And what sort of reptile he is.
Nothing you say is going to change his mind or his nature.
Well, it'll make me feel better just telling him.
Yeah, well, it won't make me feel better, will it?
You can't just sit there and listen to him without saying anything.
Glenn, I have to work with him. My future's tied up with him. And the here and now. At the moment, that means you and the baby. If I fall out with Dobson, we'll be on social security before you know it.
Doesn't mean I can't have my say, does it? You can stay out of it if you want.
Oh, don't be such an innocent, Glenn. Now, if you spit in Dobson's eye, he's going to go for you. And then I have to come in on your side. I might even hit him if he says things that I don't like. I'll just say nothing, eh? Please?
Well, I don't like it.
I'm not mad about it myself.
What's it doing to you for a start?
Some things we have to lump. We all do it some time or other. Now, my conscience is tied up with you and the baby. That's where I'll stand up and be counted and fight.
Don't worry, I won't pour tea over him. Mr. Dobson.
How's the little mother?
Fine, thank you. Kevin's in there, if you're interested, and I'm going to bed. Good night.
Hey,
Not very friendly, is she? Something I've said, is it?
It's all right. It's a condition. A bit emotional.
I understand. No one can say I'm not understanding. Right, Kevin, I've set the wheels in motion. That house will be a dead duck, and I'm relying on your support.
What do you want me to do, exactly?
It's what I don't want you to do. I don't want opposition from my junior partner. It looks bad. Just keep a low profile, as they say. Not much compromise in that, is there?
Hello, lads.
Hello, Doris.
I was on my way out and thought I'd pop over and see Benny.
You just missed him, love. He's just gone down the village with some of Sharon's posters. Anything we can do for you?
Well, he's due back any moment now, anyway.
You ought to be home anyway. What are you doing here?
Well, I would be. I mean, Edie Tatum's very good. I've got a nice room, but she's not much company in the evenings.
Packed in the nightlife then, has she, Edie? There was a time when she was known as Queen of the Discos. What a raver she was. You were like two girls about town, weren't they?
It gets worse as the day wears on.
She just dozes. I hardly dare put TV on. It's her house and her retirement, if you know what I mean. So I just wondered if Benny'd like a walk and then come back for a cup of hot chocolate.
Well, no, I mean... What's that?
It's about 12 of them. Wanted to smash me up, shouting, "Put the boot in."
Are you all right?
They've chased me all the way down from the village.
Who did?
The opposition to Sharon's committee, I bet. Call themselves Christians. What they look like?
You know, they got them big boots on and the short hair.
Oh, skinheads. What are they after?
Me posters. I went into the butcher's, like, and he was ever so nice. He let me put one up in the window, and I saw them. They were hanging about outside, smoking and pushing each other around. I thought they'd gone, but they were still there.
Oh, well, you're always hanging about the village. I mean, you can't walk the streets at night. It's not safe. You could get mugged.
You say that again, love.
Castlewish, that's where they come from. They come down here to cause trouble in the youth clubs, you know.
I started reading the posters and then jumping around like pretending they were monkeys and pulling faces at me, saying, "Were I going to live there too?" and saying, "Did I want any glue to make it feel better?" Then they started following me and calling me names and trying to kick me. I would have started on them if there hadn't been so many of them. Anyway, I started to run and they chased me. I dropped nearly all Miss Sharon's posters. She's going to go mad, you know, when she finds out.
Oh, it doesn't matter, love, as long as you're all right.
No worries.
Look, I tell you what to do, Benny. You hang on here a minute, right? Mac and I just go for a quick one over the road. There you will give you a lift home when we get back.
Oh, that's very kind, Sid.
I hope I run into him, mate. I'll mow him down. This is all boredom, they say. Boredom.
Oh, just look, you've got dirt all at the back of your trousers.
They were just trying to make me angry, you know, saying they didn't want no funny farm round here. Well, it's them Skinners that are the funny ones, if you ask me. There's something wrong in their heads.
All right, calm down now. Let's get rid of some of this dirt. You need a good brushing.
I can't make my own mind up, you know.
Of course.
Well, then, to be told by somebody else that I'm not interested.
I'm sorry, I just thought...
It's better, isn't it?
How'd you know it's not my cup of tea, anyway? Have I said? You didn't even tell me that Doris had called. She sounded quite hurt. You were very rude to her, by all accounts. I'll be very grateful if in future you let me make my own decisions and not try and influence people as to what is and what isn't good for me. There's been quite enough of that lately.
Right, I'm off to bed.
What's up with you?
I'm tired, so are you.
Doris is a friend of mine. Have you listened to one word I've said?
Not really, no.
She sounded quite desperate when she spoke to me, but then I don't suppose you let her get that far, did you? I suppose you choked her off with Ma wouldn't be interested.
You didn't, did you?
She just said that she wanted you to go to Ma Flood's. I was a bit off, granted.
And what else did you say I'd say?
I said I thought in the circumstances we didn't want you chivied into some séance where you'd hear heaven knows what. They're not exactly uplifting, are they?
Aren't they? I don't know. I've never been to one. You tell me.
Mum, it's meddling in something you know nothing about. All right, so it's interesting. But do you really want to know what she's going to tell you? If it doesn't work, you're going to be down in the dumps again. Or she's going to raise your hopes and bring the past 12 months screeching back into view. Is that what you want? Well, that's our feelings, anyway.
Glenn's right, Mum. We just worried what it'd do to you. I'll apologise to Miss Luke.
There was something else she wasn't telling me, and if she needs my help, I just think I should think about it, that's all. I'm going to make me a sandwich.
OK, it's for Miss Luke. But the more Mum sees, the more she's going to want to find out. There's been some ugly things over the past year that are best forgotten if Mum's going to get over losing Dad. And I don't think a medium promising to get in contact with him is a good idea. Not to mention what it's going to do to her health if it goes wrong.
You think it's unhealthy?
Oh, what good will it do? Look what Dr. Wentworth said. No upsets. With a grief like Mum's, you do one of two things in the first 2 years. You either fight and look forward, or
you go downhill, yeah.
Exactly. You're prone to all sorts of things. If she grieves too much, she could die of a broken heart. No, I don't think Ma Flood's a good idea at all.
It's a good job you can run. Have you got your breath back yet?
I'll tell you this. If I see that big un on his own, I'll give him a right belting. I mean, how can they be so nasty to Nina and all her friends? I don't even know him.
People are frightened of the unknown, Benny, like they're frightened of the dark. And they don't know about this, do they?
Yeah, but that's what the meeting's for. I mean, they ain't going to hurt anybody. They're nice people.
Never mind. Benny, have you ever met Mrs. Hooper's friend, Mrs. Flood?
Ma Flood. She used to live over Peachy. Now she lives in the village. My gran used to tell me to not play round her house.
Do you know why?
Well, she was funny. Like a witch. You know, she reckoned that she could talk to people when they're dead, somehow.
I was thinking of going to one of her meetings, hearing her speak.
You keep away from there, Miss Luke. My gran used to say she'd give me a good hiding if she found me hanging around there.
But you're only a child then, Benny.
Yeah, but she talks to herself all the time. It's never right, is it, talking to yourself all the time?
A trance, I suppose.
Yeah, well, you just keep away from there.
Well, I'll be satisfied with just one visit.
No, Miss Luke.
Why ever not?
Because it'll all go wrong, I'm telling you.
I don't understand you.
I know, that's all. So you just keep away. Now, promise you won't go near there. Promise.
Where's Glenda?
Gone to bed.
Oh, because I want to have a serious word with you about this home for the... You and Glenda were arguing about it. She said something about it being an investment of Percy Dobson's.
Of ours? 25% of the capital in that is mine. And 25% of the interest cost is mine as well. Ours, mine and Glenda's.
Oh, well, I shouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, people will get used to the idea. It's amazing how adaptable people are, you know.
It's all right for the residents who are already there, but well, what about these new flats? Well, 2 of them have withdrawn their offers already.
Matter of survival, you mean?
Well, not survival, not yet.
Can you afford to give it some time?
Dobson won't.
Don't know what you can do then, love.
Glenn wants me to have a word.
With Dobson, what do you want you to say?
Do you know what you said the other day? You said you get more and more like your dad if you're not careful. Never allow anything to touch you. Never allow yourself any feelings until they just burst out when you're 50 and you can't stop them anymore. Am I like that, Mum? Am I getting like my dad? Am I all bottled up?
I never thought so. I think she was exaggerating, you know, just to make her point.
Yeah, well, she made it all right. Mum always used to lead Dad by the nose. I think Glenn gets more and more like her. Good job she's got a better head on her shoulders.
But what does Dobson want you to do?
Just keep my mouth shut.
What does your conscience tell you?